Everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know. And you finding me $500 is not going to do.
Caitlin Clark's fans had been begging her teammates to push back, and they got more than they ever expected with Sophie Cunningham. Sophie quickly became the loudest supporter in the stands and the biggest headache for Kathy Engelbert, because she wasn't just Caitlin's protector. Let me explain. As the 2025 season rolled on, it was clear Sophie had reached her limit with the league's nonsense. Refs ignored every cheap shot and hard foul on Caitlin, but Sophie wasn't shaken by fines or penalties. Instead, she went harder, calling out officials.
Just the competitor that I am. I'm fierce, I'm sassy, I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself, and so sometimes I think that's okay to be feisty.
Sophie's promise ended up being an understatement. Fans were thrilled when she joined the Fever, knowing the team desperately needed the toughness she talked about, someone who could finally put a stop to the constant hits on Caitlin Clark. But Sophie brought more than just intensity. Fans quickly realized what she truly offered: genuine loyalty to Caitlin.
I mean, you know, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way.
In the WNBA, loyalty like that was rare. After a season where the media downplayed Caitlin's impact, referees ignored the fouls against her, and even Nike dragged its feet, fans finally heard someone speak the truth. Sophie said what many already knew: Caitlin Clark is the face of the league, and she's changing it. That honesty instantly put a target on her back. Players started testing her right away. In the preseason against the Mystics, rookie Kiki Fan.
Look, you go down into the trees and things happen, and Kiki Iriafen right there, you had an extra little shove, and she's just like, what I do? Well, you kind of grow up, and then Sophie Cunningham pops right up and has a lot to say.
That preseason moment was just a preview of what was coming. If a rookie could drop a veteran like Sophie with no fear, what chance did Caitlin Clark have? It was open season on the Fever. And soon, Sophie's role became crystal clear. Night after night, refs swallowed their whistles. Caitlin took hit after hit with no calls, while opponents got away with everything. It felt like 2024 all over again. Then came June 17th, the Commissioner's Cup against the Connecticut Sun. The officials completely lost control.
That's a flagrant foul. It's a hard foul. You could say it's a play on the ball, but...
Finally, some payback. After months of watching Caitlin take hits with no protection, Sophie answered back: a headlock, a shove, and a clear dare: do something. Sophie had always been fiery, but this was different. This was the moment the switch flipped. From then on, she played with nothing to lose, and it didn't stop when the game was over. When reporters asked her about the clash, Sophie was blunt: this wasn't about one play or one game. It was about something bigger.
During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build-up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, the star player of the WNBA. And so, at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do, and I'm a team player. So.
Sophie had watched Caitlin Clark's mistreatment from afar, but now she was living it herself, and she'd had enough. That moment cemented Sophie Cunningham as a household name.
They bring in Sophie Cunningham. I had no idea. Sophie Cunningham was a black belt at the age of 6.
Yeah.
Yep. Boom! Wow. I love it.
Sophie was the first to truly stand up for Caitlin Clark. What came next was the perfect example of the Caitlin Clark effect. Fans embraced her instantly. Her jersey sold out in minutes, her social media skyrocketed with millions of new followers, and she leaned right into the spotlight. She even posted a TikTok with a Selena Gomez track, a wink at the J.C. Sheldon takedown, and it blew up. The comments all said the same thing: thank you for standing up for Caitlin. It was a multi-million-dollar moment. Overnight, Sophie went from role player to one of the most marketable names in the league. But the support also came with plenty of backlash. Media outlets blasted her for retaliating against Sheldon while ignoring Mabry's body shot and Sheldon's swipe at Caitlin. An online petition even popped up calling for Sophie to be kicked out of the league. Then came the WNBA fine, $400. At that point, Sophie had a choice. She could have stayed quiet, let the heat fade, and gone back to being just another scrappy role player. But she didn't. From then on, every interview cut sharper, every clip hit harder, every word was unapologetic. Sophie Cunningham wasn't just playing basketball anymore, she was waging war. That's when she officially became the WNBA's worst nightmare. Just 5 days after the Sheldon clash, Sophie showed up pre-game in a Barstool Sports Trace Letch's shirt featuring herself, Caitlin, and Lexi Hull. It was a bold show of loyalty, shoulder to shoulder with Caitlin, and it sent parts of the WNBA into a frenzy. The phrase "tres leches, 3 milks" was read as a nod to the Fever's 3 white players. Sophie knew exactly how the shirt would be received, and she wore it anyway, and she was far from finished.
Man, I don't know how excited people are to be going to Detroit or Cincinnati.
On July 1st, Sophie took aim at the WNBA's expansion plans. Almost immediately, cities like Detroit and Cleveland lit up with debate. The backlash was swift. Media, fans, even league insiders piled on. For a moment, she tried to soften her words, saying they'd been taken out of context. But the truth is, once the mob is after you, backing down only makes it worse. So Sophie did the opposite. She doubled down, saying out loud what many were already thinking, that plenty of people agreed with her. They were just too scared to say it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am someone who says what everyone else is thinking or talking about, not just with the refs,
Did you post
but
that
with
after
Detroit,
after you guys lost?
with Cleveland. I want people to hear what I just said. I am the only one, but if you ask our league, they feel the same exact way.
The league feels the same way about the refs as you?
And Detroit and Cleveland.
Yeah.
And
Do
so
you want
now,
to give it one more shot?
no, because
Okay.
I said what I had to say.
You go on.
And I'm not going to apologize because I fully believe that. Don't tell me that Detroit is more fun than Nashville.
This quickly became Sophie's signature, saying the things everyone else stayed quiet about. And soon, the fines started rolling in. On July 18th, she posted a TikTok lip-syncing to a Sabrina Carpenter song, throwing a not-so-subtle jab at the refs for being clueless. The clip exploded, racking up over 1 million views in just hours. Fans loved it. The WNBA didn't. They slapped her with a $500 fine. But that amount was laughable. For most players, $500 hurts. For Sophie, with endorsement deals pouring in, it was nothing. Honestly, Caitlyn could have covered it with a fraction of the $11 million she made in 2024. Instead of silencing Sophie, the fine only made her louder. Less than 2 weeks later, she turned it up again. On July
You have seen players in our league try to toughen up Caitlyn. We call her CC. CC. For even when I wasn't on her team, I know the talks that Phoenix had in the locker room of no, we're gonna prove her, we're gonna show her what the W really is. You know what I mean? And I get it to a certain extent. And every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're gonna treat them. But
Right.
there's just more for her. So it's her second year, and now being on her team and seeing it, I'm what are people doing? Actually, it's just too much, and it's just. I'm over it. And if I'm saying it's too much, then it's probably too much.
No, that's so fair.
That's fair, right?
Yeah.
From episode 1, it was clear no one was safe. Sophie went right at the league, calling out how Caitlyn was being targeted and even mentioning her own former teammates. She laid it out directly: the cheap shots, the constant hits, the abuse on the court, all of it was because of Caitlyn Clark. And she didn't stop there. She blasted the referees too, pointing back to that Sun game, saying they lost all control and that Marina Mabrey should have been tossed.
There's a couple players on their team that are just do a little bit extra stuff, just chippy talking. You're a professional athlete, that's what happens, right?
Do you feel like you see it more because people act like this towards
Yes,
Caitlyn?
1000%. So in the first half, the refs didn't call. Someone should have been thrown out, and the refs did not call it.
Correct. I remember that.
They didn't, and so I was like, all right,
She got full body
shoot,
chested.
by 3 people.
Yeah.
2 people, they're like, oh, it's fine. I'm if that was anyone else, I would have been booted out of the game. I know that for sure. I'm a little sassy, but so are they.
Your leash is shorter though, because they know.
Literally, I don't even have a leash. I just have a freaking collar and a hand on it.
Then came the bombshell. Sophie didn't just call out players, she went after the media, the owners, and anyone in the league who had disrespected Caitlyn Clark.
Damn it.
No, I think that's from what I've seen.
Yeah, what
in the
is
media,
the outside? The outside
the
view
discourse
of the
is
W?
why bully the person who is not 100% responsible, but has a huge role in growing your sport.
Dude, and it literally pisses me off when people are she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as fuck.
After that, she set her sights on the refs, calling them out directly and basically daring the league to hit her with another fine.
And I get it, because if I was a ref, I know I would mess up all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a the simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What call are you like bugged out?
All of them.
Most everything.
Like, it's just like they're just so inconsistent. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're on the other team and you're gonna be finding the shit out of me,
yeah.
cool. But let me do it to
They
you.
let you, yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
want
Like,
consistency then.
yeah, like just give. And I think that's players across the league and like new fans across the country. Like, everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know. And you finding me $500 is not gonna do shit.
On August 5th, Sophie announced the league had fined her again, this time for $1,500.
We were talking about like our first week, what people had to say. Well, the WNBA fined me for
No! You got fined for episode 1?
Dude, they fined me $1,500. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is just the beginning. I was like, you're kidding. Oh,
Way.
I was like, I even told them, I even credited them that their job was hard. I did say that, and I said that I would not be good at it. I did say that. Like, look at the whole picture. What are we doing?
But just like she'd said before, the fine didn't matter. In that same podcast, Sophie even called out her former teammate and mentor, Dana Bonner, over her messy departure from Indiana, just 2 days before going up against her in Phoenix. And if you're still here, drop a trophy in the comments. You've earned it for sticking with us to the end.